the running back distribution, do you think that that is meaningful in what to expect going forward?
Um, yes and no. I think that you're starting to see an actual rotation. You know, I want to see like Donald Chaney. He's the best inside runner that we have. That's like you can't deny that. But also Henry Parrish, let it be known, you know, this is a guy who has multiple 500-yard rushing seasons. Again, back at Ole Miss before he transferred, or at Ole Miss before he transferred home to Miami and everything. And he got hot. He was making guys miss. He was getting those extra yards and everything. He was in a groove. He was in a rhythm. So it's like, keep giving 2-1 the ball. You know what I mean? And then you had, you know, Chaney getting in there for some good runs. You had Mark Fletcher Jr. coming back off of his injury. And it just worked out that that was the rotation, and Parrish started heating up like NBA Jam. So it's like, look, we're going to feed it. We're going to feed it. We're going to feed it. Obviously, just being just bullies on the offensive line and bullies on the offense. We're just going to run the ball. You can't stop it, and just do that. So, yeah, I think that, you know, the leveling of the carries will come and go. AJ Allen didn't see any time in this game. I think that, you know, when you have Parrish being a smaller physical back as compared to Chaney and Fletcher, I think you really only wanted one of those smaller kind of guys in there. Chris Johnson, the freshman, got in at the very, very end. And I know people are going to say, well, he's smaller also. But, like, yeah, that was like freshman experience time. That wasn't, you know, AJ Allen, who's going to play in the majority of the rest of these games. So, you know, I feel good about where the offensive line is. I feel good about where the running back room is. And if and when any of the running backs start to really heat up, they start to get in that groove, everything is just synergistic between them and the offensive line and the play calls and everything, give that person the ball. Let that work. And this week it was Henry Parrish, you know, even though Donald Chaney started, but I'm good with it either way.
Why are you confident that AJ Allen is going to be part of the running back rotation going forward?
He has juice. You can see it when he gets in there. He's fast. He's quick. He's a guy who's been maybe a shoelace away from breaking a couple really long runs, and he has that long speed that the other running backs don't necessarily have in that top group. And again, you don't. Chris Johnson has it. Like Chris Johnson, you know, multiple time state champion at Dillard and the sprints and everything. I don't want to burn his red shirt though. And you get that same kind of explosiveness in the run game with AJ Allen, transfer in from Nebraska, Louisiana native, and he has that big play ability. Also, he gives you a dynamic that's different out of the backfield in terms of catching the ball that the other running backs simply don't have. Henry Parrish had a really bad drop in this game. He had miles and miles and acres of space on a third down check down, and he would have converted it, but he did the thing that people do, tried to run before he caught the ball. So that's not 100% his skill set and strength. But even if it's not necessarily saying that AJ Allen is like Jalen Knighton, who was really, really good catching the ball out of the backfield, although he then did and continues to put the ball on the turf after he's had it, he still has the level of explosiveness that adds a different dimension to the offense out of the backfield. So I'm fairly confident that he'll still see time moving forward this year.
Falconer TRX, appreciate you being here as always. Thank you for that, sir. Also coming in, Falconer with, can China's weather laser give us a dry game?
That's funny because he's talking about all the games that have had rain so far this year at some point. Yeah, hopefully that happens. Hopefully we just have a regular bone dry game. But, you know, it is suiting Miami with the way that we have been playing, especially with the way that the inferior teams have been trying to defend us, just going, look, we're going to back off. We're going to play cover 2 shell, cover 4, really keep everything in front of us, not try to give up a whole bunch of explosive plays. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball some more, pop some of those. And then, hey, the 1 or 2 times that you try to give us man-to-man, blur over the top. So, you know, it's worked out to our advantage if there's been a little sprinkle here and there, especially at Hard Rock Stadium. You know, some people will go find the concourses. Lots of people will just kind of ride out that little South Florida sprinkle that will happen. And then it just gets the energy going, you know, get the vibes going inside of the stadium. So it's been advantageous. But yeah, for those who are sitting in the stands and not in the climatized press box, such as yourself, a dry game probably is something that they're going to want.
Yeah, I was in Florida for a long weekend a couple months ago. I jumped in my rental car from the airport. It was perfectly sunny out. There was no thought in my mind of rain or anything. I jump in the car. I'm like 2 miles down the road, and also drop, 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 drop. And then it was like raining hard, but it was still sunny. I was like, it's still not that that never happens anywhere else, but that's routine there. And I was quickly reminded, oh yeah, I can expect this every day. And it poured for like 3 minutes, and then
Yeah.
it was gone.
I mean, welcome to Florida. That will definitely happen down here. So, yeah.
Falconer, reminding us that, the Northeast has a number of huge television markets, Boston, New
Facts.
York, the DMV, etcetera.
Philadelphia being up there as well, not too
Yes.
far away from New Jersey and everything, which, it goes up there. But yeah, huge TV markets, great for visibility and things like that. And, as you are or as we are looking towards the future of where this athletic department is going to be, associated in terms of conference and things like that, going to big markets and playing in big markets and doing numbers in big markets, even look, and I know that Temple football is not a big draw, so I know the numbers were not massive like they were, for the Texas A&M game, but it's still good to get a foot in there and everything. And the logo holds weight, man. People will still be flipping around. Miami, yeah, they're pretty good. I remember Miami, and then boom, all of a sudden you get a couple more viewers. So yeah, really a great point as well.